Welcome to the Unnamed Shopify um, talk show where we talk to very cool people who are in the Shopify ecosystem. Today we're talking to Sam or Sammy. I don't know what he prefers. And he is the creator of some very cool discount apps. And we'll be chatting about those too. So yeah, tell us more about yourself, Sam.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for organizing and inviting me on. Yeah, I'm Sam or Sammy, whichever you prefer. I really don't mind. Um, I've been in the space for 4 and a bit years. Um, my background is in software development, software engineering, however you prefer to call it. Um, have worked in some of the biggest companies in the world with hundreds of thousands of employees and some of the smallest and startups, my own included. Um, I actually studied geography and environmental economics at uni, and then went straight out of uni into building my first startup, which was called Outingly, that did sort of digitalize events, um, and it completely flopped. So after that, I went kind of the normal route, and yeah, found my way to Shopify. That we can talk about in a bit more detail afterwards. But yeah, that's sort of me. And yeah, and Danny, do you want to introduce yourself, or is this
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm next. Okay, cool. I think it's actually no, Victoria, you go next. Yeah.
you get next?
Okay, quick intro. Worked at Shopify for about 5 years. Built stores. Did a lot of custom work for clients based on CRO, design and development. And now I'm looking to go more into like Shopify app building and make sure that we're utilizing AI and any sort of tech to help customers build faster and better.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm Damie. I've been building in the Shopify ecosystem since 2014. So it's been a while. And um, while building an ecosystem, I built, I guess, custom storefronts, apps for companies like Yeti, and more recently, building like an AI to automate Shopify theme development. And also like a Figma for Shopify theme. Yeah. So this is a new content series. So if you're building really cool Shopify apps or just in the Shopify ecosystem and you want to chat, it'd be great to record a video as well. So today with talking to Sam, it would be cool to kind of understand how you got into Shopify ecosystem, like what year, like why, and then kind of walk us through your journey. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Where to start? Um, I guess I was a contract software engineer for a number of years, and um, and actually, I met my business partner Dave, you know, 10 plus years ago, and we worked in multiple different contract roles together. So we have a long history of trust and firefighting in tech together, which is a pretty cool thing, I think. And we were working um, at Pizza Hut actually together, and Pizza Hut Digital Ventures to be specific, not delivering pizzas, but actually building essentially their e-commerce platform. Um, and they did a lot of really cool things there that kind of was our first intro to e-commerce. Um, so they were very heavy on data. Um, every little change that you would do, you'd get data into Slack every 10 minutes. What's the impact on conversion rate? How are these A/B tests doing? How are they running? Um, and they gave people a lot of opportunity to just try things out on 1% of traffic, 2% of traffic, and it was a very cool environment because a lot of different people were building different things. And one of the tools that we built was called DealBot, which was just a proof of concept at the time. And so it was focused really on giving you the best bundle possible. So there were a few people there that really believed in this idea in e-commerce of, if you give customers the best deal possible without any friction, you create loyalty. Um, and this tool that we built called BundleBot, I actually can't remember the exact figures, so I'm not even going to pretend to remember. but it was shocking how big the jump in conversion rate was, right? And repeat custom and all of this stuff, and people just loved the experience so much more. Um, Fast forward a few years, we were working for another company. We'd already moved on, and unfortunately, my father fell sick, and I decided that I wanted to just spend time with him for 6 months. So I quit my job. I had a bunch of savings from contracting, and um, I kind of got a little bit bored. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything, and I got in touch with Dave, my co-founder, and we decided to essentially rebuild BundleBot, but in a generic way for all Shopify stores, or DealBot. We called it BundleBot, and that was sort of our first introduction to Shopify. We were kind of looking for, where would we build this? What ecosystems are there out there that are, growing, exciting? Um, and I'm really not sure why we chose Shopify in the first place. I think it was because the documentation was significantly better than anything else, and we had to start somewhere. And that would have been sort of, when would that have been? Which year? 2019, I reckon, something like that. Towards summer 2019-ish. And yeah, we built our first app, which we ended up pivoting away from the bundle builder. And we built something called stackable discounts. Go.
Sorry.
Go.
Yeah. Before you talk about stackable discounts, I guess, yeah. Why did you a pivot, or I guess what caused the pivot?
I think it was two main things. It was solely from reading the Shopify community forums, which was the only real source of information, I guess, at the time. There wasn't a big community that I knew of on then Twitter, or that I was a part of, actually. Um, and we saw a few different threads, and some of them, people were complaining about bundle apps, and they were all complaining about inventory. And so the way that bundling apps used to work is they used to create phantom products. So they used to create imaginary products, and then after orders would come through, they would kind of synchronize inventory quantities. And obviously, that's extremely brittle and causes a bunch of problems. And people weren't happy about it. And then we were like, oh, that's kind of exactly the solution we came up with. It might not be a great idea. And at the same time, we found, I think it was 50 pages plus of people asking for being able to do multiple discounts on an order. And we went, we've built something that is really familiar with what Shopify Functions is today, which is, we detect that the cart changed, we run some logic, and we do something afterwards. Like, super simple. And so we just kind of had the same core technology. We'd already built it, and we just kind of pivoted the idea a little bit, and it was, a really great idea in the end. Like, to do that change, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's very iterative, and like you did some research and looked at data. So like, I should probably do that more, actually. But I think that's very yeah. So I guess, like, you built stackable discounts, and like, what was that experience like, or like that journey like? And I guess after that, you built this other app. But yeah, like, what was that journey like?
It was um it was intense to begin with. I think we knew of Black Friday, but we didn't know how crazy it was in the Shopify ecosystem, especially. And we launched, I think, a couple of weeks before Black Friday. And, the first week we got very few installs, um, until we managed to get our first review. But we were essentially, every store, every merchant that would install the app just wouldn't work for them. We'd made too many assumptions that were wrong about how themes worked and just different themes worked. There are hundreds or thousands of themes out there, and our app was doing stuff on the storefront. So it was a bit of a learn by fire. Uh, and then Black Friday week hit, and we managed to get onto onto the trending apps on the App Store at the time, and just got a crazy amount of traffic. I think we did 1,500 installs in the first week and a half or something. Um, so we did pretty much 2 weeks of all-nighters fixing stuff as we went, like fixing forward. So it was super, super intense. Um, and then it calmed down a little bit, thankfully. And I think we had a year and a half of building and iterating on that. And, fast forward all the way through the COVID booms and really significant growth that, I don't know if there'll be an opportunity like that in the ecosystem. Again, hopefully there will. But, I think a lot of people were really successful in those 2 years. And yeah, we ended up kind of tying ourselves, maybe naively, to Shopify's data models for discounts. And we had maybe this naive thought that, if we built something compatible with all Shopify discounts, we have an opportunity for an exit. We have, it, everything expands, all the opportunity expands. And I think we made a big mistake there, in hindsight, where we were patching a gap in the Shopify functionality. And we were too close to Shopify's own data models, really. And so when Shopify released discount combinations, it was it felt like a bit of a sucker punch. It's basically your functionality for free natively and done in a completely better way, of course. And yeah, it was kind of tough to take because, we'd built the business from scratch, bootstrapped. And, we saw, what was mega growth turn into decline almost instantly, um, pretty much like a couple of weeks later. But at the same time, we saw opportunity, and we saw the release of Shopify functions, and we saw that actually, we had maybe 20,000 installs over the history of Stackable to that point, which is, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for paying, you know, it's decent. I feel, nothing crazy like maybe the Judge Me's of the world, in terms of numbers, but still a lot for a bootstrap business with only a couple of people working on it. Um, we realized that a lot of people were uninstalling it or churning because there were serious problems with how the underlying tech worked. The foundational models were wrong. And so actually we thought, oh, you know what? If the models have got better and they're done correctly now, what can we build on top? Can we improve the experience for merchants and for customers? Because like if you can do that, then maybe you get rid of the churn, but you keep the growth. And so we saw it more as an opportunity, probably after a couple of days of sulking, I'm not going to lie. Um, but, but yeah, and then that worked out really well. I think it fit we were also fortunate we built Stackable tech wise in Rust. So we had at that point 3 years of Rust in production, experience. I won't say that's not really professional experience, like, that you learn on the job where people are much more experienced than you and they teach you. So it's more like, I don't know, freelancer learning, learning by fire. But we had that experience of running it in production already, so we were very comfortable jumping onto the functions train and said, hey, we've got a competitive advantage here. Let's grab it. And so yeah, that's how we started Discount Kit. We kind of had an awkward decision to make whereby, we could have tried to pivot Stackable into Discount Kit, and it was very awkward because we actually already had two versions of Stackable running. We had like a version 1, which was our original version, and then we'd made a load of breaking changes and we had a version 2. And we did all this without the experience that we have today, and we made a lot of mistakes, architecturally, and so it wasn't easy to auto migrate people. And so we really didn't want to end up in a world where we had a version 3, right? and and we wanted to build kind of clean and fresh, and so we started from scratch. And you know, yeah, Discount Kit just it didn't take off straight away. I'd say it it um it appealed mainly to big plus stores. The growth was nowhere near as fast as Stackable. But I think we positioned ourselves really well eventually from a marketing point of view, uh, and a target market point of view. And we had all of those lessons learned. We knew exactly what merchants wanted and didn't want, and what the pain points were. And so we tried to keep things simple. And instead of filling a gap in Shopify, we tried to improve Shopify. I think that's the lesson we learned. If we want to be in this ecosystem for the long term,
Yeah.
the platform does. Sorry, go on for
I
Victoria.
was
Sorry.
I was gonna ask, how did you get your first 100 customers? Like, were you waiting for Black Friday and just kind of evolving around that madness, or did you do outreach? Like, if I'm launching an app, what's the best way for me to promote that app and get first 100 fans?
Yeah, I guess it really depends. Obviously, for us, it was with Stackable, we were quite fortunate. We were beginners in the ecosystem. We had no background in marketing whatsoever. Um, and I think we were quite fortunate with our branding. And our branding, the app was called Stackable. People were literally searching for stackable discounts, so we were right at the top. There was no other app doing it. Um, and I think it was Black Friday was the perfect time where people wanted to use multiple discounts, and that sort of all came together. So I'd say there's some fortune there for sure. Um, I guess, like Danny said, I think really understanding, like doing your research into what problems that merchants have, because if you can solve problems, if you can be a painkiller, um, then it's easy. Like people are looking for you. You don't have to do sort of outreach. Um, it just happened naturally. Now that the ecosystem's way more crowded, I don't think that would work. Um, we were a first to a specific category, I guess. So first movers advantage. For Discount Kit, it was a little bit different. We we did a video with Shopify, because we worked closely with the functions team on testing out all of their beta and alpha stuff. And so we were fortunate to kind of do a video on how to build an app. And what we found actually is when we launched, all of our initial customers were agencies and freelancers. And those were the people that had seen that video. And, that was the target of that video. And we quickly realized that, the people installing our app are big plus stores. And we got rid of our cheaper plan, and we just kind of focused on how do we provide a really good experience for those people. Um, I don't think there's one right answer. Like that feels very fortunate as well. We've launched a third app called Code Bulk actually recently, which is more like a sister or an extra feature of Discount Kit. And it's significantly smaller. It's very tough to grow anything, I think, from 0 to 100, like you say. And we've probably hit that 100 mark now, like 3 or 4 months after. But like it was much more difficult to get past that sticking point. And I think that's definitely the more difficult thing to do, or the most difficult thing to do in this ecosystem. I don't have an answer for you, because I feel like we got fortunate. I think being in the space, doing podcasts, like this, meeting people, that's always just worked for us. And being in the ecosystem for a longer time. Um, Shopify ads really pay off in the long run, but in the short run, they're not that useful if you have 0 reviews, right? If there's no activity and social proof, then it's a waste of money. But you have 5, 10 reviews, you start to see a really good return. Um, Google ads didn't work for us. Facebook ads didn't work for us. Too expensive to get an install. We tried Reddit, Twitter, LinkedIn. Nothing really worked. It was mainly the Shopify ads as paid advertising went that actually gave some installs. Um, yeah, I think if we were that sort of cheaper app going for mass market, I think we would have struggled a lot more. But because we were going after the higher end, mainly agency based, developer based, doing things like being active on the community forums, in the Slack groups, doing podcasts and videos, those types of things. Like I, someone told me what it's called is founder led content creation. I'm not a marketing person, so yeah, that's all new to me. But I do think if your target market's right, then that really works. Putting yourself out there on camera, which I'd never done before. I didn't enjoy doing it, um, but yeah, that's kind of how we've grown Discount Kit now is mainly founder led stuff on how to write good Shopify functions, and it's paid off really well. So um, yeah, I hope that answers your question. I know it's not obviously there's no right answer, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Dami, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries. Hmm, hmm. I guess like based on what you said, Sam, when you worked with like different plus stores, I think I'm probably an example of that. Funny enough, but like,
Mhm.
I basically became an advocate for Discount Kit because um a lot of my clients who I help with the Shopify stores, they basically wanted to have like complex discounts. Some of them, I think only one of them wasn't on Plus. The other one, for some reason, on their Plus store, the scripts generator didn't, or sorry, the scripts didn't work for line item properties, like just specifically their store. Is really weird. I don't know why. So I wasn't able to do complex discounts. So funny enough, I think if I look back, the only reason I knew about Discount Kit was because I saw you on Twitter. I didn't really know who you were, but I kept seeing you reply to like discount related threads. Um, so I gave it a shot one day and it worked for something, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this for everything. And I think I installed it like 5 times. I was like, I should get a referral for this, but it's fine. Um, but I guess like yeah, like do you find that a lot with like other agency partners or like people that you work with? Like, do you find that people are referring you quite a lot to different merchants, or is it just like one
Yeah,
or two merchants? Like, how is that?
that's awesome, Danny. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I I think we have a few we have different relationships with people. They're not really like written into a contract or anything. We have an affiliate program using Heymantle, um, and that's worked really nicely from a technology point of view. Um, but yeah, we kind of have this mixture of smaller freelancers, and they tend to look after 5 to 10 stores. And yeah, once it works really well on one store, it's kind of an easy sell for the next store. Is what we found. And we try to just keep that relationship really active. So if any help is needed, they get support on Slack. And so, yeah, we try and be as helpful as possible when they come to us and they reciprocate, by recommending Discount Kit. And I think we've also gone even further and referred merchants to them if they need little tweaks to their store or their slide cart or something like that. And so it's become sort of a circle of everyone getting improving and winning, which is really nice. And yeah, it's really nice to see when I think help it being helpful, you know it really does work, and eventually it comes around, and people do think of you when they need something. um and so yeah, that's been really cool to see. Then we have sort of bigger agencies that work with us. Uh, to be honest, I think the smaller freelancers have probably referred more people than the bigger agencies, and the bigger agencies, the bigger stores, of course. Um, but yeah, it's definitely something that again, to Victoria's question, like how did we do it or get into that position? I don't really have like a step by step guide. It's just how it happened, if that makes sense. Why I always see stuff on X which says like, here's the perfect way to get your first 100 customers. And I go, my experience is it's not that easy. Like there isn't a step by step guide that you can just follow. I think like there have been much more successful apps that launched at the same time as Discount Kit, also based on functions. So something like if you look at the guys over at Caching Bundles have done an incredible job um, with their growth. I mean, they've become enormous in the same time frame, and they've gone after the opposite side of the market, or that sort of mass market instead of the higher plus agency freelancer end. And so yeah, I mean, like, we could have also gone that route and maybe been more successful. So I mean, I think Discount Kit is successful, but we we did what felt natural, but that doesn't mean it's the best approach. There's plenty of counter examples, and I know a lot of people that have been building awesome apps that don't get anywhere near enough attention, and they're really powerful. So yeah, it's a difficult game, I think.
So Sam, what's next for you? Where do you see it evolving to? Like, what do you see the future like?
And also to add to that, I guess like we can talk about discount pain points after, but I guess like yeah, like what maybe in
Yeah.
between too. I guess like in between that, and then maybe also like to add to Victoria's question, like um in terms of like the new discount functionalities that you're adding or that are capable sorry, functions are capable of making possible. Um like how did you feel about Shopify adding the max discounts to like I think it was 15 now or 20, I'm not sure, from 5, just like a few days before Black Friday, kind of as a surprise for you, I guess. But yeah, I'll leave all that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I don't I don't really know. I think we want to focus on a few things. The first one is sort of polishing what we've built and really improving the onboarding for new customers. I think there is still some missing gaps in functionality that we need to add. Um, and the real main focus at the beginning of next year is to build out our storefront SDK that works across Hydrogen and online store things. So we've kind of now been focusing the last year at, getting all the different bits in place to make this a really easy transition for people to build their own widgets. Um, that's what really excites me a lot, is when I see some of the bigger merchants with dev teams and dev resources building these awesome custom gift selectors and progress bars and things like that. And I want us to enable those people. And so the focus is on providing the right tools for that. It's possible today. It's just a bit painful and not really thought through correctly. So we've now got some breathing room. We want to really focus on that. So I'm really excited for that. There's probably other discount types that will introduce that I'll keep that I won't mention now, but the main one is really focusing on the custom discount. And I think we've learned not to make big changes really quickly, and we prefer to just, the custom discount's been live for a year now. It's by far the most used discount that we have. But I would say that the UX is pretty terrible um, in general. And so, we want to rework that completely. Um, and yeah, we want to rework that completely, but really focus on the UX and improve that. So I'm personally really excited with that, because I know now we've got something that has product market fit. People are using it, people love it, but we can now really focus on improving it. I think that's where it gets fun, right? Like, actually getting that in the first place, getting real users, is difficult, and improving it is a bit easier. Um,
Great. Yeah, I mean that all makes sense. And yeah, don't give away any secret ideas on the internet. So um but yeah, I guess like we could spend the last maybe 10-15 minutes going through um sort of your app, and then maybe plug in my AI app quickly. Sorry, 1 second, my screen was sharing. I
yeah,
have to cut that out. But so yeah, I'm gonna go
yeah, nice.
into
Also, just to quickly point out, your other question was about the 25 discounts. I think um, you can now put essentially 25 automatic discounts on an order and unlimited manual discounts, I believe. Um, and so actually that's really, really helped us. And that was probably the biggest blocker a lot of customers had with Discount Kit over the last 2 years, probably the biggest churn reason. So actually, I think that's amazing for us in the long run. But in the short run, we did have to change some of our storefront components because they were based on the idea of there being a maximum of 5. So, we stored gift products and variants in storefront meta fields, and those have limits, right? They have size limits. They have, limits on quantities and stuff. And so we built the whole storefront architecture around that limit. And yeah, we were kind of a bit blindsided by that. And we did have to make some really fast changes. I think we pulled an all-nighter because we wanted to get it done at least a couple of weeks before Black Friday. Um, because yeah, you can't make changes like that in Black Friday week. Anyway, and where were we?
No. It's literally like I was so shocked when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on a tweet. It was from Gil, I believe, who now works at Shopify. He said they were doing that X spaces, and I was like, oh, wait a second, they're mentioning increasing the limit. So I messaged a few people, and they were like, oh, it's kind of already live. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so that was a bit of a shocker, but yeah, it worked out really well in the end.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah, so I'm downloading your app right now. So
Right.
let's see, install, and I think it's gonna give me a trial. Hopefully, let's see. If not, okay, cool. The app's installed. That was super easy. So now I want to try to be complex. I want to build a bundle section. So you can't. When you see my screen sharing, Sam, you don't see any of my floating avatars or like my floating bar, right? That's not in the video screen, or is it?
No,
Perfect.
no.
Sounds good. All right. So I'm gonna prompt and ask for like a bundle section. Um, and for this bundle section, this is my app, by the way. So this is me plugging in my app. My quick
A
sec.
direction builder. It's nice.
You see link, and for each item added, I want to have a oops. I want to have a line item property added called um gift true. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the AI writes this. If it doesn't write it well, we'll just use a regular product section. So it's creating me this code, liquid code. I'm just gonna copy and paste this liquid code. Hopefully it works.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is what people do nowadays. Um so from there I'm gonna go into my themes and I'm going to edit code and add a new section. So I believe this is liquid, so AI gen and copy paste. Oh look. The thing is I don't know like if this is one product or multiple products that the AI did. We'll have to see.
Right.
Uh, let's see. So now if I preview this, I have to configure this though as well. So I'll quickly configure this setting or section. I'll put on the homepage.
Yeah.
Let's see. Interesting thing about section names is I don't know what it called itself. Let's see. Product bundle. All right. So great. So yeah. Oh, I mean, like the preview on my end was bad. Then okay, on my app I need to fix it. So it shows multiple because that was confusing. Yeah, right. It looks better in their customizer. Oh no,
Right.
interesting. That should be fixed. But so it looks like I have a bundle here. I want to see if it has the line item properties. So this is view, not preview, or same thing as preview. Okay, so the way for I do that, I don't know if this is the same way other people do it, but I just go into the network tab, close this, and then move my zoom bar. Add to bundle. Okay, but the problem is this is not like a real product.
Do you need to go and add a product? Is it like a demo product or something?
Oh, maybe you're right. You're actually so. I mean, yeah, you're actually you're smart. Okay, I would have given up by then. The product was hard coded. Okay, sure. I have to fix the product image thing. That can be fake on air. Okay, so let's. Why is the second one not archived? Wait, what? Was archived? That's why.
Oh yeah, archives it. See it on the
Why would that show us though? That should not show us. Anyways, okay. That's my pain. There's a second. Let's see. Pings it. What is this
it
payload?
hasn't done an add request.
Yeah. So the AI code is not good, but like that's interesting. So we'll leave this alone for now, and then we'll just go to regular product stage. So in here, go to my catalog, and then let's see, add to cart. We have this product here. So for discount kit, you are able to add different types of discounts. So let's say I wanted to create a bundle discount, for example, for 2 products. I'll get AI to fix my code in a second, but how would I do that in discount kit? Like, what's the best way to do bundle discounts?
Um, the word bundle is complicated because it means a different thing to everyone. Probably the custom discount is where we'll want to go. And so the custom discount lets you build sort of advanced different rules. That's just a test charge, so it's fine. So it lets you build sort of advanced bikes, get Y rules, fixed price bundles,
Sorry, what's my code?
very, very random things.
I'm just moving my code editor so I can just quickly edit something in cursor for the sections. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No problem. No, just say, yeah, it'd probably be the custom discount that you'd want. Great. So if you go back to create discount,
How come it doesn't take you to I guess like I've noticed this before. Like I created a discount.
it just takes you to the discount page. Yeah.
I guess it's after I subscribed. Okay, that was a random use case. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay.
You say, yeah.
So here
Automatic discount.
bundle
Give this a, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the first thing that we want to do here is create what we call cart groups, and they're sort of like if you were writing a script, you would set some rules as to which products you want to deal with. So in this case, we want to add a bundle product, and how do we match that? So we can add a group.
Right.
Call this maybe bundle products, for example.
And then I would want to use like a set of products or a collection. So let's see here. How do I have collections already? Automated collection. This is tell me the products. So for now, we'll just use like some products. That's
So favorite ones, yeah.
Is there a way to make this picker different, or this is like a Polaris thing?
This is the Shopify app bridge picker, so you can't change it really. You can tweak some things with it, but generally it is what it
I
is.
think I'm zoomed in 100%. Let me see, and I'll zoom out like this, or maybe I'm zoomed out more. Let's see. I'm zoomed out.
There you go.
There. This is 100. What I do personally is I zoom out even more. Weirdly enough, let's see, because you can see more products. I don't know. That's just the weirdest thing I do. Sorry, I don't know. There's a quirk that I noticed, but anyways,
That's funny. It's funny.
we'll find some products. These ones here, and select these 4, and add this. I do want to do the line edit property later if it does work.
Okay.
Let's just do these for
Yep.
for now. And then what does
Right.
this mean? I never actually do this part match all.
Right. So the grouping, and this is where I say our UX needs a lot of work, is to explain these things. So the way that this happens is the algorithm happens in 2 stages. The first stage is it creates these cart groups. And that's important because it means that the function is performant. It basically does the grouping in one pass over the cart. So the algorithm loops over the car and it pretty much goes through each group and it says, is this product in this group? Does this product match this group? Does this product match this group? Until it finds the first group that it matches. And it puts it into, we call them buckets. In this case, it's groups. Then it moves on to the next line item. Match all means you want to put the product, each cart line, into potentially multiple groups. And so there are some more advanced use cases where you might want to do that, where you might want to have conditions and targets, which we'll see later, that target different products, and also the same product, or a subset of products. I can explain a use case where that makes sense, but in general, this is why I say the UX needs work, because for the majority of people, they don't need that or ever need to understand that, for most use cases.
That makes sense.
Um,
Yeah. It'd be cool to have like a Sam walks through every use case, every discount possible video on
yeah,
YouTube.
that's what we're doing. Trying to do 30-second videos for specific kind of use cases. But we can hit create discount and we give this a message, and this is a title override actually. So you can call that whatever you want. And then this works with conditions and targets. So we probably do want to make this a repeating rule. So this would allow you, just to go over some use cases, you could maybe want one discount to apply different discount values to different products. In this case, you don't have any advanced buy X get Y or repeating logic or bundle logic. So you wouldn't check that. But for this case, we will probably want that so we can check it.
Repeating rule?
Right. Yeah. So when you hit repeating rule, this essentially reads match these conditions this number of times. So when you hit add prerequisite, and you see this drop down, it lets you select from the different cart groups that you've created earlier. So we can select specifically the bundle products.
Oh, I didn't know this actually. I did think I understood it differently. Not well, I didn't understand it as clearly now, but that's pretty cool. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, all good. And again, this is why we need to improve the UX. But yeah, so now you're basically saying every time I match one bundle product, right? And so here you're actually doing a cart match. So how many times does this rule match the specific basket that you're dealing with on the storefront? So there are a few different things you can do here. Yeah, you can target a quantity, a total, unique product or variant counts. Those are added for very specific use cases where you want to create a bundle discount which says buy any 3 from these 5 items, right? And if you buy at least one of any of those, if you buy at least 3 of those products, you can get a discount, sort of thing.
That would be unique product count, though, right?
Right, exactly. So those are kind of, again, quite edge casey, not really used that often, but quite useful.
And this
So
is the
here
go,
it's
go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah. There you go.
No, please go.
Is this greater than or less? You can't do well. Less than wouldn't be useful here. So this is technically equal
So
to or greater than.
this is equal to as a match rule. And so actually this is where the complexity of the UX is. The condition means 2 different things if you have repeating rule checked. So you can read this as a match group. So match I would change unique product count because that's even more complicated to understand, and just do quantity. And so as long as you have, so this says match bundle products 1 time or 2 times or 3 times. And how many times have we matched 3 products? So in this case, if you had one bundle item in your cart, it wouldn't match. It would match 0 times. If you had 2, it would match once. If you had 4, it would match twice, and so on and so forth. And so it's calculating a number. How many times do I need to apply the discount, essentially?
That makes sense.
So this says every time I match 2 bundle products in my cart, and then you can add a target. And you probably also want to target the bundle products. We can say 2. And require all targets is like if you imagine a buy X get Y, but you didn't have all of the Ys in your cart. So if it said buy 2 apples, get 3 bananas free, but you only had 2 bananas, do you want to discount the 2 bananas, or do you want to wait until exactly 3 are in the cart? In this case, we probably want to check require all targets.
Does that make sense?
And actually, I think that should probably be checked by default, to be honest. And if you go to value, you can now kind of decide what you want to do. You can make it a fixed price. You can discount those by 50%. You can do whatever you'd like, and optionally set a maximum uses per order as well.
Very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of powerful stuff in here. Yeah, I guess like this is probably like maybe the area that has a lot of like. I mean, they all. I guess card groups is also just like you can add. Can you add multiple card groups or no?
Yeah, you can filter by multiple things, and you can add multiple cart groups. Exactly.
Sweet.
And you
Okay.
can use, so the cart groups are really powerful because it allows you to sort of filter products as well. If you create an excluded products group before one that you create
Oh,
the discounts for, so it will match these products. It will remove them from the cart essentially, and yeah. So here you can, if you see that arrow, yeah, up here. And now the excluded products will match first. And so the excluded products will never, ever be in the bundle products. And so you can use this as an exclusion mechanism. We don't actually have excludes, but this is actually a more powerful way to do it.
and then by doing that, I would add a discount proposal to say don't give this a discount or somehow.
No, you don't even need to do that. You don't
Okay.
even need to do that. Yep. It will just exclude those. It's just like it's done the grouping, and then it's like it doesn't know what with them. It doesn't need it for anything.
Interesting. I'm still trying to get AI to fix my bundle section. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll just
Eh.
use the normal product pages for now. But okay, so if I click on discount application strategy, what does this mean? And also combination.
Right. So if you look above, you can actually provide multiple discount proposals. And so you can return multiple discounts here. So you can create another one, which is, a buy 3, get 1 free or something, whatever it might be. This can be, targeting the gift cards. It can be targeting the bundle products, whatever you'd like. Um, and
So like,
and then the discount application. Sorry, go on.
no, you go on. Yeah, sorry, sir.
No, just so essentially you can create multiple discounts here. So you could discount, apples by 10%, bananas by 20%. You could do a buy one, get one free on apples and fixed price bundle on bananas. And you could return all of those. And that's what that all strategy means. This essentially, if you actually look at the data model for functions and discount functions, it's just exposing that to you. It's exactly the same terminology as you would get in a Shopify function. So you can basically, it's the same as if you were to write the function yourself, essentially. You just don't have to write all the logic to match the products, to create the buy X get Y rules, to create the fixed, dynamically calculate the discounts for fixed price bundles. All that kind of stuff is just abstracted away into a GUI. So you don't have to write some probably unperformant looping code. We've done it, we've optimized it once, and you can just use it that way.
That great.
And so yeah, if you wanted to use the maximum discount application strategy, it would only apply the discount proposal that saved the most. First would be the first one that matches or is valid. And the discount combination section is the same as you would get in any native Shopify discount or function-based discount if it's from a third party from another app. You can combine it with other product level discounts, other order level discounts, or shipping level discounts. And so this is kind of, that's just a warning that Shopify gives you, or the component we're using from Shopify. to say, hey, if you're going to combine these discounts with other ones, make sure that's actually what you want to do. And yeah, that's it really. You've got the other interesting thing here is on the right hand side, you've got this configuration size.
So 1 second.
And down a bit.
Yep, should be there. I see it. Yeah. You see my
Not
was it?
showing on your screen.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the configuration size just down there on the bottom right.
There you go. It's delayed. Sorry about that.
Oh, all good. No problem at all. So the point of this discount is to allow you, is the main purpose of it is to allow people to migrate from scripts to functions. For that reason, we don't want to put arbitrary limits on like the number of discount proposals you can have, or the number of groups you can create, or the number of rules you can create. And so we just give you the limit that Shopify imposes at the function level, which is 10 kilobytes. So you can have 10 kilobytes worth of configuration here, and there's no random limit of you can only create 2 groups or 3 groups. It's just as long as your configuration fits inside the Shopify function, we'll accept it. And that's that. And then yeah, you've gone through the configuration, which allows you to do sort of market specific discounts or currency specific discounts. Also apply to B2B customers or companies that you might want to allow this discount for. And if you scroll up, you can also target customer tags as well.
It's kind of reminding
The same across all discounts.
It kind of reminds me of this thing. It's like Kurt posted like this is in March. Your errors happen 10,000 times on scripts. So sort of like yeah, the infrastructure for scripts and functions are different, I guess. This person says had 100,000 report back.
400 Ricky numbers. Yeah. I think the main problem it is an infrastructure level thing. So the way that the infrastructure for functions is built is significantly more scalable, and I guess they learned that lesson with scripts, taught them a lot, and essentially functions are scripts v2, right? So it's scripts without all of the pain points. How are we doing for the
So the bundle discount works, which is pretty cool.
So now if you add a third one, it should split it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I never knew that they could do that on the cart. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah. So this is something that scripts used to do, but you needed to do it manually. So you had a function called split, and so you could split the line items in a specific way. But the way that functions works is it does that for you. So if you apply a discount to a cart line that is not the total quantity, it will split them onto 2 different lines for you, which is a really nice way of running with things. So that doesn't have any properties.
Oh,
that's the request payload. So if you check preview.
Oh, response. Sorry, this one, yeah. Preview, right? Okay, cool.
And then items, and just check the properties and see what's there.
No. I didn't add any. Or you mean Shopify? Like, are you looking for? I didn't add any properties.
Oh, I thought you added the bundled product one. Okay.
No. I was just wondering how the line item thing sent back.
How it's split.
Oh, no, sorry. How the order, the lines are split. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's just split by the discount applying or not applying. So it's variant. You get a new line for each variant, and then all of its properties and also discounts that apply to it. And those are the 3 things that might make it and put it onto a unique line.
Totally.
So if you added a property to, one of those quantities or just one of those cart lines, or you added another product, maybe via the cart Ajax API, but you gave it a property of 3 equals bar, it would split it onto a separate line, and it would be considered separate from all of the other hydrogen snowboards.
We should do this more often. So I feel like in a few months, the API is going to change. The other cool trick that you showed me that I don't think a lot of people know about, maybe people do know about this, but one cool thing is you can actually go into draft orders and create an order and take those products that I gave a discount to. So those are over here. I'll just move this up here on my monitor and just copy and paste.
Right, yeah, in onesies, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, like you basically just search these products, and then I think it's this purple one, the blue one, and then this one. Like it will also show you the discount, I think. How do you check? Okay, go ahead.
You hit add discount, and then you can apply the automatic discounts or not on the payment section.
I don't see. Oh, this one. Okay, cool. So, oh, so yeah, you're right. This is so it's not it doesn't just magically work. Okay, so you have to go in here. I think yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's really useful because you can have the discount without automatic. Sorry, you could have the basket without automatic discounts applied, or you could have it with just manual discounts or just automatic discounts. So it's quite powerful tool for testing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I think for like clients and stuff, like this is a good way to see like, hey, like is this gonna work or should we change or add different logic? I think it would be cool
Right.
if you could have this inside of your app somehow. That would also be cool. I don't know how, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were building that, and actually we built something like that for Stackable, and we ended up getting rid of it because essentially this is just a better version of whatever we build. So
Okay.
you can add a specific customer with a customer tag. You can change the market. You can you can run all these tests. That this would be a very big job to implement. Um, but I agree, it's brilliant. I think maybe what we can do is we can integrate it a bit more, sort of, so you can create a discount and then click straight through to this page, for example. But I'm not sure if you can actually edit those to put line items on them, but I'm not sure if you can do that at that level or not. Probably not.
Um. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for your time, Sam, and that's Sam slash Sammy. I'm kidding, but yeah. Appreciate all the insights and like this conversation. And hopefully we'll do this again soon. Any final words for whoever watches this?
No, just I hope you enjoyed a little deep dive. Follow Dammy, and what he's building is awesome. So uh, yeah, I'm looking forward to all the other chats. I think we've also chatted about doing something similar, me and Dave, just jumping on a Google Meet and recording it. I think it's a super easy, low friction way to get into a podcast. And I know there are a lot of cool people you can get on. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Thank you.
Thank you.